Notes how to solve polynomials by factoring. Oh, I don't have it in my notability, do I? Ooh, okay, bear with me. Give me 1 sec. If you go to Schoology, courses, Algebra II, 3. In-class notes, solving. Okay, guys, these are not too bad, in my opinion. Okay? So we're going to solve polynomial equations by factoring, okay? Okay? First step on these, make sure you're in standard form. We've kind of already done this. Step 2, factor all the way. Step 3, set each individual factor equal to 0 and solve. Didn't we set factors equal to 0 and solve last semester? Yeah, to find like excluded values. Yeah. So we've kind of already done this.
It says factor
all the way. Sorry. All the way. All right. Solving by factoring is by far the easiest way to solve a quadratic, but you can't always do it. So, can't always do it. Let's get those steps written down. Okay, it looks like most people are done writing. Okay, number 1. Okay, are we in standard form? Yes. Okay, let's factor. Is there a GCF? No. Okay. So what's the shell for this? It's a trinomial. What do I do? What's the shell? What kind of parentheses? Just 2 short parentheses equals 0. Put an x in the front. What are my signs going to be? They're going to be both minus. That third sign is a plus, so they're going to be the same. When they're the same as that first one. Okay. So same sum. Okay, the 2 signs here are the same, so we want 2 factors of 30 to add to 11. What's that? 6 and 5, yep. Okay. Then that third step, right, we take each individual factor, we write that it equals 0, and then we solve for x. Okay. Yeah. We kind of already did this in chapter 6. So it's just factoring again. Congratulations.
So that's all we have to do.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, can I go on to number 2? What? All right, do I have a GCF, or am I in standard form? Do I have a GCF? Nah. Yeah, I'm sad. All right, I'm sad because my lead coefficient is not 1. So I got to write down the factors of 6. Write down the factors of 6 again. All right. My shell is what? My shell is going to be 2 short parentheses equals 0. Put an x in, but leave space in front of the x. Okay, there's going to be 2 orange numbers in front, 2 blue numbers in back. What are my signs going to be? Both plus. Okay, so same sum. My signs in both parentheses are the same, so I want the sum of my outer and inner products to be that number in the middle, 13, okay? Which pair works? All right, nothing works the first time around, so it's going to be 3 times 2. 6 times 1. Is it these 2? 2 and 3 and 3 and 2? Okay. All right. So again, when both the signs are the same, it doesn't really matter where you put stuff as much. Do 2 and 3 in the orange spots. What do I need to put here? What number, what's the other number that I'm going to multiply by 2? What number needs to go here? So 2 gets multiplied with 2. So I need to put a 2 in the other outer spot. All right. All right. We've been doing this for a while, so hopefully feeling okay. Yep, you set each one equal to 0. So now it's 2x plus 3 equals 0. Solve that for x. All right, I'm going to whip through that. We should know how to do that. All right. And then set 3x plus 2 equal to 0 and solve for x. There you go. Negative 3 halves, negative 2 thirds, yes. Yes. That's it. All right. Can I move on? Can we move on? 3. What do I do when there's 3 terms and there's an x to the 4th? What do I do? Yeah, I set u equal to what? X squared, that variable in the middle. So u equals x squared. So u squared equals x to the 4th. Make the substitution. Okay, so I have u squared minus 10u plus 9 equals 0. Okay, factor that. Here's the shell. What are my signs? Both minus. Same sum. The signs here are the same, so we want 2 factors of 9 that add up to 10. Is that 1? That's 1 and 9, right? Okay. I'm almost done factoring. What do I need to do next? I need to plug x squared back in, right? U equals x squared, so I have to plug x back in.
You use the u when it's
when there's an x to the 4th. Yeah. Okay. How can I finish factoring this? I'm not done. What do I have? I have 2 of them, actually. I have 2 difference of squares. Yep. So that first one becomes x plus 1, x minus 1. That second one becomes what? X plus 3 and x minus 3. Okay. So I need to set all 4 of these equal to 0 and solve, okay? X plus 1 equals 0. That gives me x equals negative 1. X minus 1 equals 0. That gives me x equals positive 1. X plus 3 equals 0. That gives me x equals negative 3. Yeah, what's up? Okay. All right, x minus 3 equals 0. That gives me positive 3. Okay?
What about the page? I remember last semester you had cross out some like solutions.
Oh, yeah. That was when we were doing, yeah, that was when we were doing, what's it called? Extraneous solution. That was for absolute value, had extraneous solutions. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about extraneous solutions for polynomials. Polynomials will not have extraneous solutions. That's some rational expressions. So that was for rational functions. Some had extraneous solutions. Yeah.
Will we have to do those again for like upcoming lesson?
I don't know. I don't think so. Polynomials do not have extraneous solutions. Yeah, they don't. Polynomials are continuous everywhere. You don't know what that means, but don't worry about what it means. Can I do 4 for you guys? 4, the hardest part of this problem is getting it in what? Standard form, yeah. How do I get it in standard form?
Subtract 4.
Distribute the x. Yeah, subtract 4. So 3x squared plus 4x equals 4. And then subtract 4 from both sides.
Do you have to distribute the x?
What?
Do you have to distribute the x, or can you just leave it out?
You need to distribute the x. Yeah, you got to distribute the x. You can't factor if you have like a minus 4 outside your parentheses. Yeah. All right, do I have a GCF here?
Nope.
All right. All right. I don't. What do I have in the front that gives me a sad face? That 3, yeah. I don't want to go through this too fast, but I also feel like we've done it before, so. don't know if I'm boring you. All right, so my shell, 2 short parentheses equals 0, x, x. All right, and then what are my signs here? Plus, minus, these stink. Okay, so my outer and inner products need to have a difference of 4, okay? So what works here? That first one works. 3 and 1 and 2 and 2, okay? So let's think about this. When I take that outer product, the product of 3 and 2, that gives me 6. The inner product, the product of 1 and 2, that gives me 2. Do I want to have a plus 4 or a minus 4 left over in the middle?
Plus 4.
So which one needs to be positive?
3, 2.
The 6, yeah. The 6 needs to be positive. The 2 needs to be negative. So I need 3 and 2, the 3 right here and the 2 to multiply up to positive 6. So that blue 2 needs to go next to the plus sign. And then since it's in the outer spot, that 3 that it gets multiplied with needs to go in the other inner spot, okay? All right, and then there's just one spot left for the other two numbers. 1 and 2. All right? Okay, and then I have my 2 factors. I'm done factoring, so I have x plus 2 equals 0. This equals negative 2, and 3x minus 2 equals 0, or x equals 2/3. Okay? So, yeah, sorry, a lot more factoring. All right, Ian, please put your phone away. Thank you. We got 12 minutes. All right, I'm going to skip 5 because we did one that was like that already. I'm going to go straight to 6. Are you okay with that? 6. How do I factor 6?
Would you need to use a U here?
You don't need to use a U. So you need to use a U when there's next to the fourth and there's 3 terms. 3 terms. When there's 2 terms, what kind of factoring is this? X to the 4th is a what? Perfect square. 81 is a what? Perfect square. Yep. How do I factor a perfect square? 2 parentheses. 1 gets a plus, 1 gets a minus. What do I put in the first space? X squared. Yep. I'd put the square root of the first term. The square root of x to the 4th, I get by I just divide the exponent by 2. Okay. You take the square root of a variable by dividing its exponent by 2. So x squared, square root of 81 is 9 and 9, okay?
Would it be 9i though? With negatives?
No. That's if we were taking a square root. We're not taking any square roots right now. I see what you mean, but yes. No, but no, you're...
Yeah.
Which one of these can I keep factoring, and which one's prime?
X squared minus 9.
I can keep factoring this one. This one cannot be factored, okay? So x squared plus 9 stays the same. X squared minus 9 becomes x plus 3 times x minus 3 equals 0, okay? All right. Set these two. I'm going to start with these first 2 over here. These 2 give you x equals positive 3. This gives you x equals negative 3 as a solution. Okay. X squared plus 9 equals 0. We couldn't do this one last semester, but what are we going to do now? How do we solve that? X squared plus 9 equals 0.
Minus the 9 and then square root.
Yep, so we're going to subtract the 9 over. And then we're going to take the square root. What's the square root of negative 9? Plus or minus 3i. Yep. So they are 2 real roots and 2 imaginary roots. Well, roots are the solutions to a polynomial. It has 2 real solutions and 2 imaginary solutions. Okay, imaginary doesn't mean dumb, like a lot of people say. Okay, it just means it involves the square root of negative 1. All right, yeah, take it. Yeah. Are you guys stressed? Are we anxious? Are you lost? All right, I think it'll be fun.
I forget when you put the I in. Is it when you have?
You put the I in when there's a negative underneath the square root.
Okay, yeah.
But
Good question.
We use the square root of -81.
No, we did the square root of 81. We did the square root of positive 81.
So that x minus whatever doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Difference of squares means you kind of just like, you only use the minus sign at the beginning to indicate that you can factor it into x plus 9, x squared plus 9, x squared minus 9.
But if you actually like, take the
If you
square
actually write in your own square root symbol, yeah. Then you,
versus just using the
yeah. So, yeah. X squared plus 9, you technically did that. X squared plus 9 is technically a difference of squared. If you x squared minus 9, we technically would get x plus 3i, x minus 3i.
yeah.
So yeah, that's a roundabout way of me explaining you, answering your question.
Yeah, we learned that you put a
Okay, can I go on to 7? 7's like done for you, right? What do you just have to do? You just have to set each factor equal to 0 and solve, yeah. Okay, I trust that we know how to solve for x in those. These next two, I don't think we've seen before. Can I do 8? 8. Am I in standard form? How do I get in standard form? I need to subtract 25x. So x cubed minus 25x equals 0. And then how do I factor it? How do I start factoring this one? So what's my GCF?
X.
My GCF here is x, okay? I can pull an x out. Okay. And then what can I factor here? It's going to be x plus 5 times x minus 5. Okay? All right, guys, common mistake. I have 3 factors here, okay? This x here is a factor. I also have to set that equal to 0. So x equals 0 is one of my solutions. Okay? X equals negative 5 is one of my solutions. X equals positive 5 is one of my solutions, okay? One tidbit of information, okay? A polynomial of will always have the same number of solutions as its degree. Okay? They might not all be real solutions, but there will be like that many solutions, okay? So this polynomial had degree what? 3. And there were how many solutions? 3, yep. They might not all be real. Okay? There's some theorems I imagine we might go over in here. The possible rational roots theorem. That'd be one.
More like confirm going over that?
Yeah, we probably should. We definitely will at some point. We will. All right, 9. What do I do for 9? Am I in standard form? No. What do I need to do? Subtract 18x, yep. All right, I'm factoring this guy. What do I always need to check for first? GCF, yeah, so let me pull an x out. All right. And then this guy factors to, what are my signs going to be? Factoring this trinomial, plus and minus. Think different signs, so we want the difference. 2 factors of 18 that subtract to 7. What's that? 9 and 2? Where do I put the 9? Where do I put the bigger factor? Next to the positive, yep. Okay, so I have 3 factors here, okay? I have x equals 0 is going to be one solution. Okay. Okay. So 3 solutions. One way you can figure out that you forgot to set x equal to 0 is take a look. All right, if we'd only say we had only come up with 2, look at the degree. What degree am I? What degree is my polynomial? 3. So I should have a third. And you can think, oh, I forgot to set this one equal to 0. Okay. Let's skip ahead to the hard ones. Let's do one like. How do I get 11 in standard form? Let's just put it in standard form. How do I get 11 in standard form? So I need to add 3x squared and subtract 3. Okay. Why do I not go the other way? Why do I not subtract x cubed and add x? I need this lead coefficient, the one that's next to my highest degree term, to be positive. Okay. So I need to take the right side over to the left. X cubed minus 3x squared minus x plus 3 equals 0. Real quick, what factoring method would I use for this? Grouping. Okay, grouping. Sorry we don't have a ton. We have 3 minutes left. I just want to touch upon a couple of these. 13, 14, and 15, they're all what? They're cubes. Yeah, perfect cubes. Sum and difference of cubes, okay? All right. So hopefully remember how to factor those. 10. Let me do 10 real quick. What do I need to do to get in standard form? Subtract what? 64x cubed, yep. So I have x to the 5th minus 64x cubed equals 0. What can I pull out? X cubed. Okay, that factors as a perfect square. Okay, so my solutions are x equals 8, x equals negative 8. Real quick, guys, real quick. When I set that third factor of x cubed equal to 0, what's the solution of that? X cubed equals 0. What number cubed equals 0? 0, yep. That's solved by 0. All right, so let's do 11 through 22 for Monday. Good work today, guys. I'll post this.